Good evening. While you're sitting on the toilet watching our videos, we're here replacing the turbo again on this Chevy LUV because the one we got from Max Repeating Rods made it through about 3 seconds of idling before it just threw oil everywhere.
Yeah, that's a little purple powder won't help out.
It looks like the rear seal in the turbo just started dumping oil as soon as we got it installed. It didn't make it very long. So we got another eBay turbo. It's the same setup as this one, so everything should bolt up. But this turbo made it for one drive, and we smoked out the entire neighborhood. Looks like we're on to turbo number 2 on engine number 2 of the Chevy LUV. I don't think I have it. It's still really tight, dude.
I got you. Here we go. Hi, what are we doing? We're pulling the turbo back off because this one lasted all of 25 seconds before it exploded, so.
This turbo looks much smaller. I didn't pay attention to the size much, but I wasn't really enthused with how well it spooled when I did drive it blowing oil everywhere.
Yeah, your spool times were a little down.
It took a lot to get to like 4 PSI, and I was just hoping that it was because the turbo was bad,
But it seems to spin okay.
Kinda.
This is a low, but I think this turbo is gonna be better. So like you said, this one does look bigger.
It looks much bigger. You want me to say it? You want me to say the thing about it? No, I'm not going to.
My brain hurts from it.
Dude.
Well, I could go through this car and throw bolts at it and you would never tell where they hit.
I wouldn't. I know every curve, crevice, orifice of this car. It's an actual car term. Orifice.
It was so bleak when we found out this turbo was blown, but then it's like, boop, now we're here and we have a new turbo, so it's like, it's fine. I mean, it's a little depressing because you missed a whole weekend of boosting.
I'm glad this turbo went that way and didn't just scatter itself into the intake manifold, into our intercooler piping. Look at the oil coming out of it from the oil seal, pouring on the ground.
One eternity later.
So, where we left off was we had an oiling issue to the turbos. The turbos were building too much oil pressure inside because somebody tried to skip a step and not gravity feed the return and try to run to the other side of the engine. Not mentioning any names, but we found out that's not gonna work. It was building too much oil pressure on the turbo itself because it was trying to pump oil below the engine and then back up into the sump. And it needs to be gravity fed. You can't have any oil pressure in that turbo area, so behind the oil seals. So we need to pull the pan, drill the pan for a oil return with a bulkhead fitting, put that on, and then retry our turbo we have now, which is a turbone. John's got our new part. Let's see what it is. Oh, there's a sticker in there. There it is, that's what we ordered. This is a bulkhead fitting. 2 nylon washers, 10 AN fitting. What this does is you drill your oil pan to the size of this guy. This goes through the oil pan, washer on the other side, bulkhead fitting, lock them down, and then this 10 AN fitting here will turn up right to the bottom of the turbo. So when the turbo's done with the oil, it can just back into the pan. Don't need it anymore.
What does it do?
Until it needs it again.
Yeah.
Then yeah. So what we need to decide now is, do we need to pull the engine back out, or can we pull the oil pan while it's in there? There's some cross members in the way, but the cross members do unbolt. So we can decide whether it'll be easier to pull these bolts, get this cross member out of the way, and there's some bolts up here. Then we can drop the pan down, leave the engine in place, put our bulkhead fitting in, put it back up, or do we yank the engine back out? If we did pull the engine back out, we would have a better opportunity to set up where we want this thing exactly, but not much more. I think it'd be just as easy to rip it out in there.
Yeah, I think we just do it in the truck. I thought it was gonna be really close, but it's not that bad. Pop this out, pop this tray out. Bingo, bango, bongo.
And do we want that fitting above the oil level?
Yeah, you want it right above the oil level. Gotcha. So I think you can judge that by the dipstick.
Yeah, I think anywhere up here is gonna be great.
So we can take a measurement of the dipstick, shove it in there, find out where the oil level is meant to be, mark it here, and then translate that to the side of the pan and then go up just a little bit. That was slappy.
Cross members out.
Might have to drop this tie rod.
I'm thinking.
Yep.
No way around it? Not a problem. How do we do that?
I mean, we could just.
What? Just drill it here?
No, it's a bad idea. Let's not do that. Yeah, it's bad.
It's just 2 nuts.
Sick.
There it is. I'm gonna mark the general area that we want to put it.
Maybe forwards a little bit. We got the end of
Can't
it.
do forward. Can't do forward unless we go all the way up here because it's not flat. It's a big divot. It's got to be right there. So our oil level is. It doesn't even come up there, so we can go anywhere we want. Oil level sits about there. Let's say the highest we want it is right there, and then it's still flat over here, so we could go. How long do you think it would take?
To mark it?
No, to get through the other side. Eventually, something would have to give up. Do you think?
So, is there a die grinder here?
My good one's back at the big shop too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just dump this now because it's gonna leak.
Okay. It's gonna go take a dump.
Definitely don't have a bit that big.
It's fine. All right, you guys get that set up. I'll go pull a main and see how we're looking.
You're gonna pull one?
Might as well,
Yeah, John, this is what we already knew, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like last time.
That's what it looked like last time. We've driven it since then, a couple times. Mm-hmm. Scott was there. Scott saw it.
I heard it.
It happened.
Firsthand. I'm a first-hand witness.
John was busy.
I was taking videos of it. You hear this guy? I stayed behind to videotape it for him.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you were cheating on us and golfing with somebody else.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
You feel like I wasn't out front like, hey, you guys should run again so I can film this for our YouTube channel that we're working so hard on. Maybe we should film this.
I don't remember.
You don't remember
I
that?
don't think that's what happened.
I'm with you, Nathan. Honestly.
It's fine. It's fine. Just gonna put that back. So the little shop doesn't have as many tools as the big shop a lot of the times. We found a hole saw because we don't have a Christmas tree bit to make the right size hole in our pan. But this hole saw we found is the right size. It's for wood, but I mean, it can't be that strong. But we don't have an arbor to run this thing. So I found a bolt that fits through it pretty good. I'm gonna try to chuck this up with this bolt nut and then put it in the drill. And hopefully it spins true enough that we can put a hole through because we don't have, most of the time you'd have like a centering drill bit in one of these. We're not gonna have that luxury, but we do have this. It's centered. Okay, we're getting there. It's just not cutting because it's for wood. Let's see what this does.
Oh my god.
Instantly. What's this for?
Fill the
Plastic?
oil pan with sand. Try that one.
I don't think it's gonna do any better. We
on,
need
go-
something to
Chuck it up.
Where is it? Let me what it did to this one.
Yeah. All right, try that one then.
What's that do? Is that porcelain?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, you're making
thank you.
progress.
She's off. That's all she wrote. Okay.
I think I might end up going with a smaller one, but. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, we did it. We got this little guy rocking in there. Step bit.
Making it happen.
Get out of here.
We don't need no bit. Great.
So you want to hold that up for me? I gotta go find some hardware and stuff.
I got it.
What we have to do now is set up our new oil return line. We have a nice piece of braided right here, long section. I stole some 10 AN stuff off of another turbo build that we were doing a while ago. Well, borrowing it because that thing's coming back. But just gonna swap these fittings over, cut this to the length we want it, get that on there. John's bolting the turbo back up so that when this is done, we can bolt this on and then give it a shot. See if it still smokes really bad. I'm excited.
Electrical tape.
Sorry. So you're in charge of length. I'm gonna get that other fitting for you. And then we'll slide another fitting on you. Decide how long that needs to be, and then we'll cut it with the Hercules.
Hercules, my baby. Fabulous, fabulous Hercules.
You wanted to throw the Hercules away. That was sick.
It saved no time, but it was really cool. You know? Because I mean, we were like, I could have handed it to him. He was close enough. Nathan, ask me why I'm doing this.
Hey, why are you doing this?
Because, great question, Nathan. No, I'll tell you in a second, but my tape is not sticky because my hands are oily and so is the line. I'm gonna clean that up, and then I'll tell you why. So, the reason we have to do this is this AN stuff it's a rubber hose inside covered with this braided steel, which is, I mean, it's pretty, look at it. When you cut it, if you don't have tape or something on it, it'll open up all of the individual strands, and then you'll never be able to get this fitting, which is like barely fits on these things. Never get this fitting back on there. So you cover it up with a little electric tape, or we got some masking tape here. Then when you cut it, hopefully it stays in place enough that you can slide this on and find out. Found electrical tape. Works much better. I don't know, man. I don't know if I have what it takes to use that kind of thing.
Oh, whoa.
That's the kind you see like Instagram reels of like people with them in their face. Not today, Hercules. Such a pain to get these in here. So, when you run these in, there's an obvious stop at the bottom of those threads. Just run it up till it hits that. Great. This is our 90 AN. It's got a little bit of a taper there. As you thread that on there, it squishes it. Gives it a nice gentle squeezing. This kind of threads over this. So this fitting here kind of threads over the braided line. It gets a grip on it. And then when you thread this in here, this isn't backing off. So it's actually taking that wedge and shoving it way down in that line. And then once it's down in there and tight, it squishes it against the sides of this fitting. It's kind of like a backwards hose clamp, if you think about it. Instead of squeezing it from the outside, it squeezes it from the inside. Same thing.
I'm gonna get a sock on this, and I'm gonna push really hard with the socket while I hold the other side, and we're gonna hook the best. I think that'll work.
I know last time we were putting this on there, it was me and Eric doing that.
Alright, we're gonna try this method now.
Alright, muscle man.
Ready?
Bingo. That looked good.
We do have an O2 sensor now, and it is not tight, but it needs hooked up to our AFR. Oh, brother, come on. Just barely doesn't fit.
We'll get John's bit on the drill. It just needs.
Let's see if I can touch up. Go ahead and do that. I'll see if I can get this grommet on here. Check out our new oil line. That hole's not big enough. This needs to fit through there. Oh, so close. Keep on going.
Dude, I still can't believe these things take max life ATF. It's so weird. Isuzu does it different. We'll have to read the turbo manual and see if this is good for it. I have no idea how much I'm putting in here.
Probably all of it. AFR. We made it a whole lot harder to check the oil on this thing.
Biggest downside, hard to check oil.
It's not too bad, it's just right past the really hot turbo. So it's a little low.
A little low. I think it was.
You see what I got over here. Never leave home without it. So, John.
Yeah. Me? You want me to crank it?
No, you do the hype. You do the, we're about to start it.
It's not gonna work. It's blown up. I can't. We're about to start this thing.
Guys, we're back at the LUV. We just buttoned up everything. She's gonna start and run and purr like a kitten.
And boom!
And boost.
We're looking for
That
boost. Most importantly, boost.
Ready?
Yeah. Stop. What's that guy do? What did that guy used to do? You should have a main ground somewhere. I don't think it's on here. I think it's ground. I think it's a ground issue. It just smoked whatever this wire was trying to start.
Yeah, it did. It sure did.
Did we ever put a ground on this thing? There it is. That's why.
Look at that. Look at that.
Where's that go to?
Oh, it goes to one of the side things. One of those big brackets.
He did it.
One of those big brackets we took off for the oil pan. That's where that ground goes. Try this.
Okay.
This should do it.
Oh, wait. I just remembered something.
I was looking at that thinking, what's missing here?
This?
Well, now I'm all hyped up. Now I'm really excited.
I don't remember. That's Petronics. About to pull this Petronix right back off anyway. What's so funny? We have a multimeter? Your key on, right?
Yep. I don't think the battery's hooked up.
There we go.
Maybe that's why. Key off. Woo! Wow!
Did it bite you?
Yeah, it did. How did it even do that? It lit me up. Go key on.
No way.
Go key off. Oh, it didn't do that. Key on. Key off. Oh, goodness. Man, that's lighting me up. I feel good now. Do it again.
I saw the spark jump.
You did hit him again, dude.
Whatever, dude. I don't know why that's lighting me up like that, but that is gnarly. No, just crank it real quick and see if it cranks faster.
Wow. Dude, I just like barely bumped it. That was cool.
Yeah, that was kind of nuts.
Dude, no smoke. Right?
Takes a second if it's gonna do it.
There was so much oil on it.
Yeah, it was. Probably all sitting down in there.
I don't know, man. I'm happy right now. Gotta get the clutch hook back up, get the steering hook back up, go for a drive, get this thing actually up to temp, and see if it quits smoking. If it quits smoking, then we didn't roast this turbo with our bad designed oil return line. That's where we're at right now. Scott is putting our cross member back in. I'm putting the nut on this. John is on clutch duty. Get all that stuff back together, move 15 cars, one of them doesn't have a battery in it, and then take it for a drive. I'm very excited. Also nervous. I'm very excited. That's 5 PSI, dude. I am stoked. That is so awesome, man. I'm hyped right now. We need to dial in our fuel pressure regulator. I can tell it's not adding enough fuel because when we start hitting boost, it's going completely lean, like it's getting no fuel at all. So we got to figure that out. But first, we got to do a flyby of the shop. Let the guys hear the boost. You ready?
How's it feel?
Right now, I can't. As soon as it starts to go boost, it's making more power than it ever has. But I can't lean into it any further than that because as soon as I build any more than 5 PSI, it's overcoming the fuel pressure regulator. So I'm gonna have to go adjust that. But
Man, dude.
we got to 8 PSI and it started coming up to like 16. And then as soon as we hit more than 8 PSI, 22.
Yeah.
Because I think the fuel pressure regulator needs adjustment. I think it's overcoming and pushing the fuel back.
Hi, I am calibrating the Innovate AFR gauge because the sensor runs through the gauge, so it's a critical component. Anyways, you have to calibrate it for fresh air, so it needs to know what no fuel in the air is. So we're just gonna run through this calibration sequence real quick, and then we'll know our AFRs are correct. The calibration procedure requires the oxygen sensor be in free air. This means removing the exhaust completely. With the sensor disconnected, apply power to the MTXL Plus. So is the gauge disconnected? Make sure you calibrate your AFR sensors, kids. It could save you an engine. Key on? Oh, there we go. When the power is applied, 3 lights will light up, and the needle bar will sweep once LEDs, and the status will read E2. Okay, we're reading E2. This is an error code indicating that there is no sensor detected. Leave the unit powered on for a minimum of 30 seconds. Power down, detach oxygen sensor.
So they want it to shut off, then plug it in and turn it back on?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, plug it in. All right. Air 9. Supply voltage too low.
Yeah. I'll go get the jump pack.
Cool. That's really nice that it actually comes with this thing of like diagnostic code that it can display. That's really neat. I had one of these in my WRX back in the day. I used to have an Innovate. Switched over to AEM now, but because the Innovate won't talk to my ECU correctly, so I have a AEM gauge.
This doesn't have to talk to any ECU.
Nope, it's just talking to itself. It's talking to us, really. We're the ECU. We look at it and decide if it's correct or not. And we'll be the judge of that. There we go. And it should read 22.4. Cool, dude. We're all calibrated. That's exciting. That was actually kind of bugging me out.
All right, now we got a filter. See if it starts. Try again. Try again. Probably gonna have to. Oh, no fuel pump. Forgot.
Hey, there it is. Can't miss it. That boost gauge is responsive. I'll give you an up and down for more and less vacuum. We're down right now. Oh yeah. 19 and a half. What? 11. Hella rich. That seems like the wrong way.
Let's rip the carburetor off that other intake, that other Weber.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Carburetor swap time.
I have no idea. I think we figured it out. With that top hat on, you can't see what this carburetor is doing.
Yeah.
And that choke is just shut constantly. That'll do it. Either way, we're gonna swap that other carburetor because we know that carburetor ran this engine really good. Swap that one, see how it goes. I'm wondering why I was messing with that mixture screw and nothing was happening.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing was changing.
Dude, get a shot down in there. It's actually a swimming pool of fuel. Wow.
We got a base gasket.
That was lucky. Yeah. That you didn't mess up the timing.
Dude, what an easy swap. It's like it was made for this carburetor.
Here's your 12.
So we switched to another carburetor. It's the carburetor that originally ran this engine when we got it home from North Carolina. So we know that it works this engine pretty well. Didn't run rich or anything weird. In changing the carburetor, we think we figured out what was wrong with the other one, which was the choke was stuck. Shut. So we're switching some throttle linkage over right now, getting ready to bolt stuff up. We're going to leave the top hat off the carburetor, fire it up, watch our AFRs, watch our vacuum, get it dialed in a little bit better to where it will idle for us, and then put the top hat back on, see if that changes any of our numbers at idle, and if it doesn't, then we're going to take it for a drive and see how the carburetor does keeping up with the extra air, and then start modifying the carburetor to add more fuel under throttle.
So way too much fuel pressure and a stuck closed choke. That'll do it. Ready? $15. 16. Yep.
Now we're talking.
Devin's happy. Dude, money.
Try it.
It's actually gonna work now.
You excited?
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited. It's boost we're talking here.
Listen to it run. It runs.
I'm feeling better than I ever have about this.
Yeah, it's running good now.
I mean, that's not terrible for cruising, really. We have it set a little rich, too. imagine our jump pack come unplugged.
Maybe.
All right.
Sit still.
Yeah, jump pack's all the way down to 11.9.
Come on, give me something. I can't see behind me. Can you look behind me?
Yeah, you're good. Wait, you going into a yard? There we go. Oh.
One more try.
There we go.
All right, try one more time. All right.
Now my legs are dead, just like the battery. We're gonna steal the battery.
We can take one out of one of the 7.3s. Never tighten your battery terminals, kids.
Honestly, never. It's a Royal King battery too, that's a good one. That sounds good.
All right, let's try that.
Oh, we're so back.
Back in it.
Let's go hit some boost.
Get back to the shop, see if we can get it charging. Brakes, dude, not me.
More fuel, please.
Hey man, have you seen some doors around here?
How do you feel?
Lean.
Yeah, I heard it.
Not too, like 16.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not too, well, I mean bad, but idling real rich now. Idling at like 11.5.
Sounds like Scott's got something out there. This is a 40. Yep, same one.
How are your AFRs looking under boost? Lean?
Lean.
Open them babies up. Give me them.
Scott, will you do me? What do you say when you marry somebody? Do me the
Honor?
honor. Will you do me the honor
Sure.
of drilling my jets,
I will drill your jets.
of wallowing my holes?
I am good at it. Might as well do it.
60s, please.
I would like those to be 60s. Can you change the number on the side for me so I don't get confused?
Etch the number in when I'm done.
Last time we went live, we were drilling something. Now we're drilling something again. Nathan, what are you doing right now?
I'm filming it live.
But more importantly, what are you doing?
Side of my car.
Siphoning charge off of my phone to Devin's phone. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. He's going butt to butt right now.
That's really nuts. Kind of bonkers.
How's the drilling going, Scott?
Good. I am going to just do this one size and then we'll see. The more I look at it, the more I can see that it did do something. And we're going up a size.
This table is an absolute mess.
Also, tune in every either Tuesday or Wednesday at 7 o'clock for live. Depends. Just make sure this lens and that lens don't look directly at each other. Then we're gonna have a problem. No, easy.
Why? Nobody.
Here we go.
How you feeling about your drill job, Scott?
We may have to go up one more, but
It's a good start to see what it does.
that's all. Let's see what it does and
And we have a whole nother set of jets, so I mean, if we just cook through these with drill bits, it's whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably why it was set up that way.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well,
We made 10 PSI.
that's a lot.
At 10, we were getting to like 15. So we're better.
Better.
Yeah, it is.
At 5, we were at 16 before.
Yeah,
So.
so the thing is we can't drill those jets anymore because I won't be able to bring the idle AFR anywhere close if we do any more to those jets. So what do? There's a power valve modification you can make to these carburetors. That's what we're gonna have to do next.
In the air jets too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit more research on that and get some parts. But I think we may have blew a vacuum line off or something.
I heard it. We were watching it live.
Like the noise wasn't just getting into the. Did we put the gasket back on the top hat? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look at those vacuum lines or something. I think we're getting a boost leak, but
At least we're making enough to get a leak.
dude, yeah, it's running pretty good. It started pulling. Like
Yeah.
I can't do more than like half throttle right now. Any more than half throttle, the boost comes up and the AFRs go nuts. So we'll do a little bit of modification to the carburetor and keep it moving.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Solid.
I really wish we had doors and insurance.
That would be a big one.
It might just be because there's no air filter on it. Is that I've never driven a boosted car without any type of air filter.
I don't know. It sounded like a boost leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did. Hey, there it is. Somebody laid the vacuum line on the.
That wasn't attached.
I think it was attached. I think we blew it off with all the power we were making, with all the PSI.
Is it not clamped?
No, there's not a clamp on it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a problem.
There's almost no clamps on this vehicle.
I've seen like 6.
We gotta make sure it runs.
That's all 6 of them.
Make sure it runs first before we go spending money on clamps.
Seriously, have you seen the price of clamps recently? I'm hoping they come
Through
down.
the roof.
The price of those clamps are gonna come down.
Clamps on the fuel line.
There's clamps on the fuel. Look at all the fuel lines have clamps. John, you want me to record you doing the suspension part?
Sure.
I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to.
Or if you want to do it live, I can go back to
You
recording.
gonna put the suspension part on?
You want me to put the suspension? Oh, dude, I'll put the suspension part on.
Scott
backwards.
just did a bunch of carburetor stuff. Well, I was doing. Let's get some John going on. Let's get.
The man behind the camera. Whoa!
Red button in the front.
Were you not recording that whole time? Were you just you're just focusing? All right, quick rundown. I know this looks like a sway bar link, but it's not a sway bar link. It's a tie rod end. We're gonna put this tie rod end on this Chevy LUV. It did come with grease fittings, but we can't find them, so we're gonna have to find some grease fittings.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Really good, John.
It's my time to shine, dude. They've been shining all night.
I was practicing the focus.
Sorry. Oh my lord. Dude, look at this. Get a good shot of this.
And why don't you want that, John?
Because your steering's supposed to be like this, and the steering is right now like this.
Yeah.
You're going down the road, right? Your wheel's supposed to be going straight. Well, this wheel's doing this. I was gearing up for a fight. It's not even.
It's from North Carolina.
North Carolina, it's clean.
It's clean.
Oh, what is that? Dude, the steering box is just hammered.
It's fine. It's manual steering.
Oh, that's true. That helps. I forgot it's manual steering. All right, that one's so greasy, it should just come right off. Someone just boosted.
Break it, Peppy. Hold on, I'm not sure. Got a good shot. So
Oh,
you know.
there it goes. Ew. Oh, it should probably go this way. I think the grease fitting should face the other way.
That's better though.
Without moving the wheel.
So much better.
So much better. So things we got done tonight. We got the tie rod done. We had to end up drilling out the primary jets of the carburetor. Drilled them out as big as we could go, and we were still running lean,
5
but we
seconds.
did make some boost, 10 pounds, ran pretty good. Just see you later. Good night, folks.
You nailed it. All right, so on tonight's menu, a rotted out fuse box, rotted out and melted. So this, if you watched the North Carolina video, you'll remember us having to aluminum foil fuse to get home. This is why you don't do that. So we're gonna have to replace this wire. It goes to the gauge cluster. And then this one's just completely rotted off, which based on our fuse diagram, that's for the voltage regulator. So that's probably why we're not charging as well as we should. But we're gonna replace all that anyway. We also have a new 1-wire GM alternator. There it is. We're gonna mount that up, tie it in so that we don't have to worry about a voltage regulator anymore anyway, because I remember seeing a lot of smoke come out of this one. Once the smoke comes out, you can't put it back. So it's done. And then also, we have something else and I gotta remember what it is. Oh, distributor. I don't like Petronix. I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna tell them. I don't like it. On the Datsun, it did a weird breakup thing all the time, and this is doing a weird breakup thing, and it has a Petronix, so we're gonna eliminate that and go back to points on this one. I have the original points distributor that was on the original engine that was in this. We're gonna swap back to that. That's gonna be Scott. Scott's the guy for points.
I'm the point
on point. But this is our new fuse box. It's got dual circuits. So we have a accessory circuit here that powers these fuses and a battery on all the time circuit here that powers these fuses. We just have to put some butt connectors on here. We'll have our new fuse box. Then we can watch our temp, because that's the only reason we really haven't driven this that far, is besides insurance and doors.
And plates.
And plates and a hood. The reason we haven't driven it is because we can't monitor the temperature and I don't want to overheat it. So we're going to get some gauges up tonight.
And charging.
It was charging.
To the list.
It was charging, but it was overcharging. It was like 15 volts. So John, what do you want?
I'll put this bad boy on. I like it. Can you tell the difference?
I'm done fuse box. So it should be pretty simple for us to figure this out. Basically, this bridge here is power in. This bridge here is also power in. One of these is going to be power all the time. One of these should be accessory. Really doesn't matter to us which one's which, because we're just going to kind of follow this thing as a guide and hook one of these up to this side, and then its corresponding wires to fuses in that area, and then the other one to the other side, and its corresponding wires to it. So, but a pretty simple way to find out if you were doing something like this is literally just key off, hook the battery up, see which one of these is powered without the key on, see which one's powered with the key off on. Just melted, dude. That's all my brain had for the day. Best way to check it would be just hook your battery up, key off, see which one's got power, key on. If the other one gets power, key on, that's your accessory. Key off power is power all the time. Things like ignition. Your ignition itself needs power all the time, and then when you turn it on, it sends power to the accessory side. Simple stuff. This is literally about as simple as a wiring diagram gets for a car. I mean, this is the entire wiring for this whole car, so won't be too difficult. But yeah, like I said, we've got this guy, used to be in this party, but not anymore.
I think we're too efficient. We're gonna be done in like 10 minutes.
I'm almost done.
It's gonna be.
Actually, I'm not almost done. I'm almost done with the easy stuff. The hardest part's going to be getting that wire that's melted sorted.
So how does a 1-wire GM alternator decide how much output to send out? Or does it just send out the same output all the time?
That's a great question.
Because I don't know that. I'm not gonna pretend to know that.
I think it's bridged.
I'm sure someone's gonna tell me, so if someone could tell me how they work.
I know they're not very efficient at idle compared to most alternators.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, like 1-wire GM alternators, usually don't charge until they get above 1,000 RPMs.
So it's just kind of just a low charging system that's charging all the time.
Don't know. I don't know enough to answer that question and not sound like a dummy. That's the first circuit. Remember how we said? We got this guy, power in. If you look at the fuses, those three get powered from this side to that side. Well, they're there.
You can see these are pretty offset from each other. But what I did was flip this bracket around so it's facing farther back. Then what I can do is bolt it up down here, and then our adjuster will come down like this, and that keeps us pretty in line with our belt. Yeah, that's gonna work really good. I just have to take these threads out because these threads are not the same as those threads. And I have to put a bolt through it. Devin said by any means necessary. It's necessary. Well, this is supposed to be your top hole. This is supposed to be your adjustment hole, but that's not gonna work for us. So this has to be our bottom hole. That's my bottom hole. Hey, check that out.
So, fuse box is pretty much done. All we have to do now is deal with this guy. We gotta find where it runs because as far as we've traced it so far, it is crunchy and toasty. So we need to follow it all the way back, find what it goes to, run a new wire from there up here. Whatever made this melt is probably still an issue. So we'll run a new wire that's bigger and a bigger fuse. You know what I'm saying? And then we don't have to worry about it.
Modifications are necessary. Upside down bracket didn't work. Just need shaved down a little bit or straightened out just a bit. Problem is this is running into the alternator when you try to pull it back to tighten up the belt. So I'm just gonna take a little off there. It's too thick anyway, this doesn't need to be that thick. Test fit our bolt. Scott's thing. Look at that. Oh no, threads. That's fun. I'm never gonna change this alternator again. So. I love it.
It double tricked me. I thought it didn't go in there, then ran across and then tied into this wire that does go back there. But the good news is the rest of the wire here is in good shape. So we just need to tie in right there, run a wire over, and we should be back in business.
I love working on Devin's car. The Hercules coming in clutch again.
Done. Don't need that anymore.
All right, so we had to take a little bit of a alternate route with this alternator and stuff. I can't even say it with a straight face.
So bad, dude.
But it's in and it works. Look at that belt tightness. Look at the straightness. I love it. Dang it. I like it a lot. I like how it turned out. So it is your car. So what do you think?
Love it.
Actually, though,
No, I do.
you like it?
I really do. It looks great. I'm super excited about it. What we do need to do, though, what we need to do is figure out how to get power to it. So I don't think we can run just that power wire anymore. We need to go directly to the starter, I would assume. So we
Okay.
need to run a large sized cable, which we have. That would be plenty.
Yeah.
And then run it direct to the starter lug, which has the wire that runs back to the actual battery.
Yeah.
And that'll get it in the circuit, and then this stuff can just go home.
Very good.
Look what I found.
I'm super excited about it.
I'm amped up.
I'm gonna put all of the 15s not the same way.
I just got that.
That was a better one. I like that. I'm gonna put all the 15s facing different ways because I know it's gonna drive Scott nuts.
Bro, you don't have to do that.
It's fine.
Just turn it around.
They're all. I was gonna do alternating too, but that's still too much of a pattern. So I'm gonna do like one up, one down, then like two down, one up.
Wait till he sees how I'm holding this wiring in.
Bread ties.
Red ties, baby.
Zip ties.
I don't need them. We got these. We got 3 of them. Do you think this is enough? Should I look it up?
That's fine.
That's enough?
Yeah, it's fine. Does everybody want to be watching out for sparks and smoke?
Yep.
All right, so if we did our job right, I have this wired to the gauges inside. Scott, can you take a look at those gauges for me? Anything on? The AFR.
No. Now it is
Okay. Not?
not.
Okay, now go key on.
Yeah, man. Everything's lit. Cool.
Gauges came on?
Does the boost gauge have a light, a backlight?
It does, but we haven't wired it up yet.
Okay.
We're gonna tie that in.
Yeah.
Sick. All right, let me give this guy its own circuit and then I can clean up.
Oh, gee, baby. So we don't arc anything off our alternator.
That's John's.
That actually makes me really happy. I like them doing that.
This Gatorade's like a week old. Oh, garbage. Try it. If it wasn't too full, I mean. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Scott, can you hook the battery terminal up, please?
I can.
We also need fuel pumps. which we should rewire our fuel pump now to that circuit.
So we don't tap that alligator clip setup.
Fuel pump, battery, check.
Here we go.
Go.
Did you knock the starter wire off the battery when you were down there?
The starter wire?
The exciter wire off the starter. I'm sorry.
Nope. This stud on the starter's kind of loose, but I don't even hear anything clicking. It goes up here.
Scott, you hooked the battery up?
Yes, battery's hooked up.
If we have power to nothing, then I think I might know what it is. But I think those might just be our main relays. Which is fine, because we can use one of these to bypass this, which I would rather do anyway. I think this must be our main relay then. Because that's obviously some type of voltage regulator. It's got a giant resistor in it. What we'll have to do now is get this guy back out, and then trim this back, cut those two, and then get one big yellow and put them together. Put them back together. Because I think that's how the power gets up to this relay box.
Just see a small circle line? That should work.
Still nothing. That might need to be case grounded.
Nothing.
No headlights, no nothing. Did you hook? Did you see those two red wires, John? Did you hook those back up to the starter?
Those need to be up to the starter.
No.
That's what it is.
Oh, I didn't even see that fall off.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
All right, let's take this guy back off.
My bad. I didn't even realize that fell off the starter.
That's what it is. That's
me the whole time.
That's the power for the fuse box.
Oh.
Those two are the two wires to the fuse box.
Good. I disconnected all the powers to everything. Do you want me to hook this battery back up?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mount this fuse box real quick.
You know, I can smell your hand hair. Ew! Oh my god! Smell your knuckle hair, dude. That's gross. Why does burning hair smell so bad?
Scott, I don't think you got that right. Should I try it again?
I mean, it's probably just gonna backfire again, but you want to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the distributor's quite ready.
Nah.
We got spark though.
Yeah, we do. That's good. That's good. Right.
So it's 180 out then. It's gotta be.
Okay.
What?
I can just pop it out and flip it, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Probably the drive for it, for the oil pump. You might have to walk it all the way around. Let's see, how does that, what's the end of that other one look like?
It's it's eccentric.
So it can go in, not go in two ways?
No, I don't think so.
Weird. It could have just needed the timing moved.
Yeah? Well, so here, check this out. This is it, okay? When I took it off. That was the...
John, let's try it again.
Yep.
I'm gonna go hit that key. Try that. You want to pull a plug and make sure it's sparking reliably over there? I guess we didn't think about how easy it was to change the spark plugs once we put the turbo on. It used to be a whole lot easier than that.
Sacrifices.
John, do you want to adjust the wastegate arm while we're doing this?
Yeah.
See if you like where it's at? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. See what we got.
Go ahead and bump the key, and I'll wait for the puff. Again. It just puffed, so you need to bring it back just a smidge. I wonder if I can just give it to me. Yup, perfect. Right there's top dead. And we're facing the wrong way. It's 180 out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just redo our firing order for that. Now I know that it's on compression and it's pointing the other way. It's pointing up instead of down.
Okay.
So definitely 180 out. So let's just redo our cap. How was it? How did that other cap look? Because this one's, one of the wings is broke off.
Good. Good. I mean, it's got a little. It's not worse than this one. Let's use it. Yeah, definitely not worse than that one. Do you want a shorter wire?
That's okay. We mixed up the firework. One of these can't be right. That's right. Should try it again. Cool. Yeah.
What do you have the firing order set up?
It's on the cap. Sounds like it's only running on 2. Try it again. Bump the key, just bump it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Spins backwards.
The rotation on there is wrong.
Yeah.
Which makes those two good, but the other two flipped.
Flip. So
Why?
flip 2 and 3.
Why? Why though?
I feel like we had this conversation.
Why though?
We did.
How's that even a thing?
A while ago.
Let me show you. That arrow tells you that's the direction that the distributor should be turning. That's the direction that the rotor should be turning. Right there. See it down there? For reference, we're gonna get John to bump the key. Watch which way that thing actually turns. I mean, how's a guy ever gonna know that? Whatever, dude. Okay.
Oh.
Is it running that much better? That now that it's... I mean, it's obviously running better, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just need to make sure that that's not the choke holding that up. It's gonna fall and stop. Yeah, that choke's open. No, I can't adjust that down. It's shut. It's not even hitting the screw. It's like it won't back down anymore. Yeah, it does seem like the choke's doing it, but
Yeah, let's loosen that. How do you do that? You get a flat too.
yeah, something's holding the throttle open. And it does seem like it's the choke, not letting it come down any further.
So it wasn't even making it to the screw?
No, the throttle plate. There's a linkage in your choke that makes you go high idle.
Uh-huh.
And then once the choke shuts off, it's supposed to let the idle come back down
Right.
to the idle set screw. And that was holding our idle up. We don't need choke anyway.
Choking's overrated.
Never do.
You don't have on your car either, right? No, don't need it.
It's not connected. Yeah.
Okay, let's try that. That's running much better. Stop it.
the timing real quick.
Did it just die?
Yeah, it keeps doing that. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to figure that out. Oh no, come on.
Oh no.
It's cold out here. I'd go with my gut here and say that way. I'm gonna go against my gut here and say that way. What's your deal? Why are you being like that? Fuel pressure looks good. We gotta get it soon. We're running out of battery.
My oh my.
Why are you doing this? What's the problem?
Should I disengage the fuel pump?
Yeah, good. It's a funny noise.
Very funny noise.
Did we blow a vacuum line off or something? Vacuum line's on. That one's on. That one's on. That one's on. Truck's rolling. Good. It's interesting. There she is. Come on. Clear up, clear up, clear up, clear up. Let's go, let's go.
You full throttle?
Come on, come on, yeah. There you are. There you are. There you go. Now you're talking.
Ready to hold throttle?
Yeah, can you get your foot on that throttle? Just keep it running. You don't have to hold full throttle.
Oh,
I'll take it.
the hot swap.
She's back.
For those that don't know, it's like 30 degrees out right
It's
now.
so cold. It's really back now. Watch it slipping.
Oh my god.
That's fast. The clutch can't hold the thing.
Well, I'd say it's working.
Sounds good.
Boy, it sounded good.
They figured something out.
You sure did. Oh man, that is awesome. It's so poppy. I think I have it a little too, maybe a little too advanced right now, which is dangerous, but I can't help it. That was fun.
That was so sick.
That clutch is not gonna hold on to that thing.
No, dude. Did you see how many PSI we got to? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, we were above 10. We were at like 12. I wasn't watching the AFR because I didn't want to know.
It only went to 14.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
14
Yeah.
AFR, 12 PSI. I'm into it, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't
We just
bad.
got to figure out what the fuel issue is. That's so funny.
She's quick now.
Yeah, the clutch can't hold it, dude.
No, but you were scooting. John said, I never seen that thing go that fast.
All right, the LUV is running pretty good now. Our AFRs are in the ballpark. The boost gauge was showing somewhere around 12 PSI, which is plenty. We don't need a whole lot more than that. Sparking better, idling better, revs all the way through without breaking up. That's gonna be it for this time. But next time, we got some cool stuff coming. But hopefully, doors.
Yeah, we'll just do a little bit of tidying up. We'll get our plugs gapped down a little bit.
Yeah, I might grab a set of wires.
Grab a set of wires that can't hurt, and then burn the clutch out of it.
Yeah, that is going to be our next weak point because the clutch was slipping when we started making some boosts. So, but to recap what we did today, a lot of cool things. Scott swapped out the distributor for an older points distributor instead of the Vertronics, and it did the exact same thing that the Datsun did. As soon as we switched out for that distributor, it stopped breaking up and running weird even at idle. And then John mounted up that alternator, and it is charging.
It works.
now.
Yeah.
It definitely is charging because we used a lot of that charge trying to do that.
It's like 14.3, I think. Yeah.
Sick.
And then I put that new fuse box in over there. So
We got temp sensor, we got fuel gauge, we got gauge lights, we got
Brake
everything.
light?
yeah, it comes on with the key.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm going to be putting the fuel gauge into that fuse, or the fuel pump. I'm sorry, the fuel pump into that fuse box.
That'd be nice.
So that the fuel pump kicks on with the key. The boost gauge, AFR gauge are already coming on with the key, so that's done. Tidy up the inside, and I mean, get ready to do some clear coat. This guy still needs sanded. Get the rest of the black off of that. It's going to be awesome.